What's up, guys? It's Ara, and today we're gonna do some trading and vlogging, currency pros, and all that. Yeah, let's go. Today we are going to the mall, getting new shoes for basketball, and getting Chipotle for lunch.
That's my son, Michael. He's holding the camera for me right now. I'm taking him to the mall to get basketball shoes. He just started basketball recently, so we're gonna take care of that today. Stay tuned till the end of the video because I'm gonna do a little trading rant that will give you some clarity on the psychological aspects of trading that you'll need to succeed as a trader. Nice.
Yeah, cool.
All right, everybody, just stopped by my rental property. Lots of work in progress. I'm gonna give you all a little update here. It's been a while since I've recorded any content here. Lots has been done, although there has been quite a bit of delays as well. I was sick for over a month, unfortunately, so that really set things back here, but we're finally making some good progress. So let me give you the grand tour. So this is right when you walk in the door. This is going to be the kitchen and the living area. It's all gonna be open concept, and there's gonna be a really nice island right in the middle. My plumber has been hard at work. He did all the rough-ins for this whole house. So much plumbing in this house because it's two units, two completely separate units with bathrooms and kitchens and laundry units. So there's a lot going on. Speaking of which, let me show you one of the upstairs bathrooms where the rough-ins are all done. So pretty much all the walls in this house have been reframed. They were so brittle, everything was falling apart. So it was just easier to reframe everything and start fresh. So lots of rough-in plumbing here, all new stack leading right through the roof there and all the way down to the basement. Got the shower controls put in here. So this is gonna be a shower. Got the drain centered in the middle there. Next up, we've got the laundry area. I decided to keep this as a linen closet and actually went into this side of the bedroom, the third bedroom, and I'm gonna make this the laundry unit. So we've got a floor drain, of course. We've got attic access right there. And we've got all the fittings for the washer and dryer stackable unit. And of course, that's gonna vent all the way up and out through the roof as well. And even though this is in the third bedroom, this bedroom also has its own little closet over here, so that's not that big of a deal. I thought that that was the best way to go about it. Moving on to the basement. So as I wrap around here, this was the access to the basement. There's a staircase there. I actually built this floor here because this is where the laundry unit's gonna be. So if you look underneath, those are all brand new floor joists, and that's where a lot of the plumbing is located as well. So I'm actually gonna close all of this off pretty soon. I'm gonna put a few studs right there, and this wall is gonna be part of the kitchen. There's gonna be a stove there and countertop space here. But for now, I just have to crouch down really low and I can make my way down here. And as I go downstairs, here's the side entrance. That will of course be the main entrance for this lower unit. Now this is gonna be like a mudroom kind of area. There's gonna be a stackable laundry unit here, a countertop here with a sink in the middle with cabinetry underneath. Once I take out this staircase, I'm actually gonna frame in like a coat closet here. So that'll be a good way to utilize the space. Now to the right, we've got another bathroom in here. Again, this has been all reframed. There's still a little bit of framing left to do. I have to build a bulkhead around a lot of the rough-ins here, but the shower controls are in, the toilet flange is in, the center drain is in for the shower. We've got that main stack that I showed you upstairs running down here as well because both bathrooms are right on top of each other. And I'll quickly show you the basement as well. Got to take out my flashlight here. There's no electrical in the house at all right now. We have a lot of battery powered lights when we're working on site. So all of the exterior walls have been reframed down here, which is really, really nice. There's been a lot going on in the basement because a lot of the HVAC has been re-ran. I'm almost on the subfloor down here. I'm using this Drycore style subfloor product. It's got plastic channels underneath to accommodate for any water or moisture that may develop from the concrete. Did a lot of reframing here as well. The main addition to this basement is this tankless water heater right here. I built a wall there, still have to finish the plywood, but my plumber and the HVAC guy both worked together to install this tankless water heater. It's really, really nice. It saves a lot of space in here because there was a full tank water heater here before, and so removing that actually clears up a lot of space. And there is a crawl space down there, so it allows more access to store larger things back there. You can fit in there a lot easier. So really happy about this. I mean, it was not cheap. All the plumbing for this house altogether is almost 30K. The HVAC is almost 10K, so doing these types of projects is not cheap, but it is fun and it is gonna pay off in the long run. It's a rental property, so obviously the goal is to rent out both units and have profit above and beyond the expenses. So the next task that actually needs to be done on this job site is electrical. Now I had my electrician in here a while ago just to do the demo. He ripped out all the old stuff, but we have no new electrical here yet. There's literally just one plug right behind me basically where I can plug in some power tools and battery chargers and everything, but the rest of the house is dead. There's no lighting here whatsoever. And the electrical panel here as well is just old knob and tube. It needs to be completely replaced. So looking forward to having that done as well. Sometime within the next few days, the electrical crew is going to come in and start doing the rough-ins for that. And also, let me just squeeze under here and get back to the main floor. Also, next week, basically in a few days, all the windows in this house are being replaced. I am super pumped for that. Again, another expensive addition. That's gonna be, I think all the windows and doors in this house are like 23 or 24K. So again, construction is not cheap, especially in Canada. Southern Ontario, where I'm located, things are very expensive here. Lumber is crazy expensive. Trades are very expensive, as they should be, because I hire people who do really good work and care about their work. So those types of people should be compensated fairly. But my God, it is not cheap. I spent a ton of money here already, and it looks like I've barely done anything because all the stuff that goes in behind the walls is what takes the most time and is what matters the most as well. All the finishings like drywall and cabinetry and trim and paint and all that stuff is relatively cheap, and that's just the stuff that everybody sees. But what goes on behind the walls is more important, like making sure that the plumbing makes sense, everything's mapped out logically, the HVAC system is ran through logical areas, the plumbing and HVAC aren't interfering with each other, there's proper ventilation for both systems. All of those kinds of things are overlooked by most contractors because they're focused on the finished end result, like how nice the hardwood looks or how nice the cabinetry looks, when in reality the money should be spent making the house function correctly, especially if it's going to be a rental property like this. Like there's 2 units here, so there's going to be 2 families here renting out both units. I need to make sure that everything works properly here so I don't run into more issues down the line. I want this to be a stress-free landlord experience for myself, and also I want it to be a home for whoever lives here. I don't want them to be running into issues all the time. So enough ranting about construction. I know that's not my audience here, but it is an interesting way to diversify from trading and other sorts of investments. Real estate is always a safe and interesting avenue to go down. So just wanted to share my experience on that. If you guys like this style of content more, definitely let me know, because I'm very passionate about real estate, even more so very passionate about construction. I've been in the industry for over 10 years, and it's something I think I'm always going to be passionate about. So I love doing projects like this, even though it is absolutely draining my money. It's still fun to do, and I do enjoy the process. I love managing a project and working with my hands as well. I've done pretty much all the framing here myself. Had a little help while I was sick, but it's been really great getting my hands dirty here. It's a nice change from the work at home office type vibe, I'm gonna head back to my house now and head into my office, and we're gonna talk trading. So as you know, the topic of this video is how long it takes to become profitable. Over the past few years of running the Currency Pros community, I've worked with literally over 2,000 traders. And a lot of the time we get new traders joining our community who have maybe 1 or 2 or 3 months of experience. And one of my main responsibilities with those types of traders is to manage their expectations. Trading is a very long-term game. You don't see results immediately. And if you do, they're most likely going to be short-lived. Honestly, it's very similar to going to college. You wouldn't expect to get into your career path within a few months. It often takes many years, 4 years, 6 years, 8 years. Now, it certainly shouldn't take that long with trading. That's an extreme example. But honestly, I would say anywhere from 6 to 12 months would be realistic. There it is. That's the number, 6 to 12 months. Now, that doesn't mean you're going to be profitable in 6 to 12 months, but that is the general average. I've been trading for almost 7 years now, and I've been teaching for the past 3-ish years, and that's the consensus I've gained. The first 1 to 3 months of trading are really just learning the basic foundation in terms of terminology, how the market actually works, how to use trading platforms like TradingView and MetaTrader, for example. And then the months following that are really to nail down your strategy. Now, during that next phase of nailing down your trading strategy, this is the most crucial part that you need to pay attention to. You have to stick to one thing. If you start strategy hopping, then you can kiss that 6 to 12 months goodbye. It's going to be more like 3 to 4 years. If you're constantly trying new things and you're not satisfied with what you're currently doing, you're going to be in this endless cycle of never seeing any consistency. I can't stress this enough. As soon as you find a strategy that has been proven to work and it resonates with you, you just have to stick to it. Oftentimes what happens is a trader will try a strategy for a couple months and then incur a losing streak. And as soon as that losing streak starts happening, they jump ship and try and find a different strategy to trade. This is the cycle of doom. And the only way to avoid it is to stick to one thing and master it. This might sound like pretty generic advice, but honestly, it's something that I wish somebody told me when I first started trading, because it would have saved me a lot of time and a lot of heartache. And just to share a little more from the beginning of my trading journey, hopefully this will provide you some insight so that you don't make the same mistakes I did. There is no perfect strategy. Almost every strategy that you can possibly think of works, and works quite well, because the technical side of trading is actually not that hard. Our goal is to literally buy low and sell high. I mean, how hard can that be? The reason the majority of traders fail is because they're sabotaging themselves in their own head and their own poor habits and discipline. One of the other things I notice with newer traders is that they're trying so hard to perfect the technical side of trading, and they're overthinking the analysis that they fail to realize how imperfect the market actually is. Sure, it's good to study textbook examples because the more you look at them, the more you'll be able to spot them in real time. But the reality is that the market is very choppy and messy the majority of the time. And the best way to succeed is just to continue doing the same thing and maybe make small tweaks over the course of a very long time. So let me sum up everything that I just said, because this is my advice to anybody who's just starting out in trading. Number one, utilize all the free information you can possibly get your hands on. This means YouTube and Google specifically. These are completely free resources. You don't have to pay anything for them. So why not take advantage of them? The next step is to find something that resonates with you. That could be support and resistance. That could be trend lines. That could be smart money concepts. That could be Fibonacci trading. It could be a combination of indicators, whatever. It really doesn't matter. It could be anything that makes sense to you. Now, the next step is the hard part. Now, the next part is the hardest part, and that is practicing patience and discipline. You should be practicing your trading strategy almost every day in the beginning phases. And the reason for this is to induce muscle memory over time. Similar to going to a gym and working out a muscle group that you've never really worked out before, you're going to be really sore at first, and then after a while, if you keep doing the same thing, you're going to eventually plateau. Now, in the gym, plateauing isn't really a good thing, but in trading, you want to see that boring consistency. Trading isn't going to be exciting. You shouldn't be trying to flip accounts and do unrealistic things, trying to expedite the process. It just doesn't work like that. It's boring, and it takes patience and discipline. So as you're practicing your strategy in real time, in real market conditions, make sure that you're journaling your process as well, because it will be extremely beneficial to you to look over that data later on in your journey. Everything I just described, I would basically sum up as the grinding phase. Back when I was learning how to trade, I was also a full-time carpenter at the same time, and I would come home after a long 8 to 10 hour day. I would grab a bite to eat and then head right to my office, and I would be in my office until the very late hours of the night. I barely got any sleep back then. It probably wasn't the healthiest thing to do, but I was completely obsessed with the markets. I was absolutely obsessed with technical analysis and becoming the best trader that I could possibly be. So although it wasn't the healthiest way to go about things, I basically just speed ran through it, which certainly expedited my results. But again, my advice to you is to just be patient. You shouldn't want to rush the process. Don't try and be quitting your 9-to-5 job and replacing your income right away with trading, because it's just not going to work like that. Now that kind of leads me into my next point. Once you've done all these steps and you're finally starting to grasp how to properly trade, and you're seeing some consistency, you're seeing results, you're seeing the dollar figures start to increase, it's going to be exciting. It's going to feel really, really good. And you might start planning for the future, but don't plan too quickly, because my advice to you is to not quit your 9-to-5 job. Whatever you're currently doing to provide an income for yourself and to pay your bills and take care of your family, whatever the case may be, you want to keep doing that. Now, maybe you don't like the job that you currently have, and that's fine. Most people don't, so I completely understand that. But the thing is, having multiple sources of income makes trading a hell of a lot easier. If you're relying on trading as your sole source of income and you need trading to pay your mortgage and feed your kids, then my God, are you going to fail hard? Because when you have that added pressure of needing money, you're going to make very stupid decisions on the charts. So please take my advice. Keep your job. Keep any sources of income you have, at least for the time being. The goal is to have trading income as a supplement to your main source of income until it takes over eventually. Now, if you can stay disciplined long enough, that time will come. Trading will take over all your other sources of income, and it will actually allow you all the freedom you've ever desired. Time freedom, location freedom, financial freedom. It's all possible, but it takes significant patience and discipline. I cannot stress that enough. If you do anything to try and rush the process and cheat it, then you're only slowing down your own results. And I think that's going to be the final note of this video. I think that's where I'm going to end it. I truly hope the experience that I've shared with you has helped you in your trading journey in some sort of way. I didn't have any mentors when I was starting out, and so I'm trying to be the voice that I wish I could hear back then, and I truly hope that resonates with some of you. If it did, please let me know in the comments down below. And also let me know if you like this style of content. I honestly don't always like to be talking about technical stuff on the charts. I do enjoy it, but after a while it gets kind of repetitive, so I like to break it up with content like this, lifestyle type content content and face-to-face sit-down videos where I talk about my experience as a trader. It's something I'd really like to do more of, so definitely let me know if you enjoy it, because the more I do it, the more comfortable I'll get being on camera and talking into this microphone, and I'm sure the content will only improve. So can't wait to hear your thoughts. Again, hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all for subscribing and watching this content. It means the world to me, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.